Hi, thanks for joining me. Welcome to Smudging 101. This is really a very beginner's video, and this is because I know there are a lot of people out there that want to smudge. They've heard about smudging. They're curious about it. They may want to give it a try. So smudging is to cleanse a space, an area. As you're smudging, you're walking through the space with the leaves. What we normally use is sage. Is ignited. You can use a different incense, but the most popular, and this is from the Indian culture, is sage. And this sage is not your regular sage that you use for cooking. It is white in nature. These leaves feel velvety and fuzzy. So there's a particular kind of sage that you use, and if you do a Google search or something, it'll show you. Sometimes people sell you the regular sage, but if the sage doesn't look this white grayish looking color, it's not the correct sage. I know you can pick this up at your local botanica, or even some of the flea markets have it also. Now what you're going to need is something non-flammable or flame resistant. Here I have a brass bowl. This is a censer that has a lid, but you can also use a ceramic bowl. Now when you buy smudge sticks, they come in small, medium, and large. The large is quite large. I have trouble putting the flame out or the embers out to stop it from burning. You don't need a lot of it, and so you can use a smudge stick, burn it. These are all grouped together with a really thin piece of string. You light the end, you walk through the space smudging with it using just the smudge stick that's been lit. The flames will be out, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. And then, or you can use a feather wand with it. It doesn't really matter. But once you finish, you would you take and twist and try and put out the burning embers on the end of it, so you can stop it from burning, and then you reuse the smudge stick later. So I know I have problems putting it out, which means it'll keep burning even when I thought I put it out. There are embers down inside of it because there's so many leaves wrapped together. So this was one smudge stick, and I've been using it for a while, and I separated it so you can see the leaves are kind of shaped like a C because they were all wrapped around each other. I just cut the string off, which was wrapped around it, and then separated these and put them in a bag. And if I'm smudging, I may use just one of these and smudge. I can smudge the whole house with one of these. So that's what you do. Now you have your container, non-flammable container. You need a lighter, and I suggest these wand types to keep your fingers away from the flame. And then something non-flammable. I just happen to have this metal skewer that I use, and you just use this on the end to make sure all the leaves are in on the embers, and it burns almost completely. Now if you don't have that, you can use a piece of aluminum foil, which you see that in there because I did a video and found out that it didn't record, so I'm redoing it. So you can take a piece of aluminum foil, which I generally do for this particular container, because I may use it for several different reasons, purposes. So all I need to do is just take out the aluminum foil. So I place that in there after I have, let me show you what it looks like. I just kind of curled it around. This is about 4 layers of aluminum foil. It doesn't have to be really big, as you can see it's only about the width of my hand. And then you just fashion it in a bowl type thing. Now if you hold this underneath here while it's burning, it's going to burn your hand. So that's why I suggest putting it in a bowl. You can put it in a ceramic bowl if you don't have a metal bowl. That will work. So let's go forward. You only need a few leaves, and this is I purchased this sage from another person, and I've been using it, like I said, for years. All you need to do is just drop a few leaves in there. You don't need a lot. This is enough to do a large size room or two. You place the leaves in there, or in the censer if you have one of these. This is really fancy. because it has this chain on it, and you can hold it on this area and walk through the space and swing it if you like, gently swing it. But I tend to, and this is really safe because it keeps the embers from flying away into the space and maybe igniting and causing a house fire. So when I do these and it's an open bowl, I watch it really closely. Now I have that in there, and at this time you can say a prayer excuse me, or make a request to the entities that assist you in your work. You can talk to angels, fairies, gnomes, any helpful entities, ascended masters that you like, any spiritual entities that you often pray with, commune with. Ask them now to come in, help cleanse the space. Just pull these together, you know, like making a little pile. Just pull them tightly together like that, so they're piled on top of each other, and then ignite. And I got some wind blowing there through the window, so I'll come over here so that you can see it. See, it doesn't take much. It has already started smoking, but I want to make sure a couple of them are lit. And I set that to the side, and as you can see, I'll bring it back to the light. As you can see, it's already smoking. It's just like making a campfire or starting a grill for barbecuing. Let's see if I'll light another one. Sometimes I try to light as many of the leaves as possible so that I don't have to come back and stir it. There it is. And do you see how much smoke is going, billowing through? Like I said, you walk through the space. This is more than enough to do a very large size room. You can really do an entire home with this because it's going to keep smoking. So now what you do is, you've already asked the entities to assist you. Make sure before you light this, I must say, you open windows, doors, both. If you can, open both of them. Because once the energies start moving, you want stagnant energies and non-productive energies to leave the space. They must have a way to leave. If you keep the doors and the windows closed, they're just going to move around in the space. And that's not what you want. So open some windows and doors. If you have 1, 2, whatever you can open. And then you just walk through the space. Just take your time. Do not be in a rush. Actually commune with the spirits that you asked to come in and to assist you. And as you're walking through the space, the smoke is going to envelop you also, which is fine because it'll smudge and cleanse your aura as well. Now that's all you need to do. When you get to the end of it, as you can see, it's almost through burning. Most of them have burnt. All you do is take the little metal skewer and just kind of stir it so that everything burns. That's all you need. Now, if you have a feather wand, it's at this time when you're walking through, you just direct the feathers, allow the smoke to envelop. You see how I do? Here you're stopping it, and there you're opening it up. But all I do is move the feather to disperse the smoke throughout the space so that it's not all blowing directly in your face. As you're walking, just push it to the side and up. Push it to the side and up. to the side and up. That's all you're going to do. And let it disperse throughout the room. Take your time, walk the entire space. This is a very sacred matter because you're cleansing the space. This is a space that you're moving in, sleeping in, spending a lot of time in if it's your home. And you need to cleanse the space at least once a month. If you're a beginner, if it's no one else coming in and out of your house, once a month. If you go in and out all week long and you're interacting with other people, you can cleanse your space and yourself once a week. And that is not too much because you take a shower or a bath every day. And it's a type of cleansing which is not being done with water, it's being done with smoke and with the spiritual essence of you and your space. So just like you wash your floors, mop your floors, wash your walls, clean your bathroom, you can do this also. And that's all there is to it. Now, when you see that this has almost burned completely out, I usually I keep watching it. And when I feel that it's burned completely out, sorry about that, me and the Zoom is not working well. I will then thank any of the entities that step forward to help me cleanse the space. I thank them for their assistance. Again, that's ancestors, guardian angels, any angels, gnomes, fairies, ascended masters, spiritual essence. You thank them because they did not have to step forward, but they're more than willing to assist you. And you thank them for helping to clear the space and set the space so that it is productive for you. And that's it. That's all there is to smudging a space. Okay, thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, just hit me up in the comment section.